for those of you who don't listen to the podcast a lot, you're more of the hard-lined, like, you have your side. I try to play down the middle, do the reporter thing. Doesn't always work, but I try to make it work. And I'm going to try to play down the middle with this as much as possible, but don't think I'm defending
good luck
certain actions. First of all, I will say this about Uncle Dave. He never once said Roman didn't have leukemia.
That's true. I think he was the first one to shut it down, all the naysayers.
Yeah, he didn't say he doesn't have leukemia. However, he has a way of saying things, and I've known people like this, and they piss me off to no end, where he doesn't come right out and say something, but the way he like insinuates certain things with his words makes you think that he's a piece of crap. You know?
Yep.
Like, what he actually said that kind of pissed people off, he says, and I'm going to read this as he said it because he can't freaking talk. He says, "It is serious, you know. There was an NHL player that had the same thing he, Reigns, had in the 2007 season, who did not miss one game. He played every game while on this, and hockey is a pretty damn demanding sport. So everyone is different, you know, and he actually said the pill was oral chemotherapy, but I don't think it was. And he said the pill that I was talking about, and it's a new pill, which is what he said. He didn't give the name of it, like I said, but, you know, the treatment for this isn't usually not chemotherapy or radiation. So I don't know."
Yeah.
And then Ryan Satin, who, you know, we also love on this show, said, "Speculating about storylines, upcoming matches, and locker room heat is one thing, but Meltzer saying Roman isn't telling the truth about his cancer treatment is not okay. Many take his word as gospel, and to speculate on such irresponsible." I don't disagree. Yep. But yeah, and then Dave tried to defend himself. But apparently allegedly the kind of leukemia that Roman has, L. And Dave said, "You can look up CML anywhere, and it gives you the mortality rate over time. I've written about it, about multiple strains, treatments, side effects, and different mortality rates. I hardly minimized it, given the emphasis that at 33 with kids, any odds are scary," which I said, by the way. He said that because apparently he said something to the effect of, well, you know, they said his chance of dying are only, you know, quote unquote, only 5%. So, you know,
when there's a 1% chance is bad.
Well, Nia Jax also ripped into him and said, "Dave Meltzer is a piece of the fact that you make statements about people's health which you have zero knowledge about. It is ridiculous. If you do have access to superstars' personal medical info, that is a huge violation of HIPAA, and I'm sure that's not the case. So shut your mouth."
I wish you would punch him like she did Becky.
Right? Well, somebody else tweeted him and said, "HIPAA prohibits divulging that info unless he puts it out there, and it's no one's business but his how severe or not his condition was." And Dave just can't let it die, man. He said, "That's ridiculous. Teams in every sport disclose injury and illness reports or of players. In any real sport, this would be common knowledge." And somebody said, so I can't find the exact tweet, but somebody basically said, "So wrestling is a real sport now."
And what did he say?
He didn't reply. He hasn't replied to anybody. Somebody also tweeted and said, "NHL teams are pretty tight-lipped as well when it comes to injuries."
Yeah.
So they're proving him wrong. Somebody else posted a GIF of somebody digging a grave deeper.
One thing Ramon pointed out to me, whenever someone gets hurt on the Sharks, they always say lower body injury, upper body injury. That's all they say.
Yeah. And the thing is, like,
I didn't notice that, but he said that.
Well, and it's like, and Dave hasn't come right out and said this, but he said he's basically acting like he's entitled to know exactly what's wrong with Roman. And nobody's saying.
Well, he's Dave Meltzer.
Yeah, well, and then he turns around and says stuff like, well, they say he had leukemia, only 5% chance. He left and then he went and filmed a movie and all this other stuff. So he wasn't down and out. It's like...
He wasn't bedridden.
Yeah. Well, and then he's like, well, an NHL player had this same thing and he didn't miss a single game. Like, my gosh. By the way, I like how this newspaper refers to him as a news journalist, Dave Meltzer. That made me laugh. This is what also made me laugh. He said, Dave Meltzer said, this reaction really encourages reporters to not research and do their job and just write vanilla fluff. Thank God for the Peyton Royce thing, because I learned this stuff doesn't matter, and I can just do my job for people who actually expect me to research these types of stories. For those of you who don't know the Peyton Royce thing, he basically insinuated that he said she put on a few pounds. I mean, not in those words. And people tore him up. So,
Corey Graves did too, on live TV.
Yeah. And he basically said that Roman lied about leukemia being the reason he stopped playing football. His response to that, when people roasted him on it, he said, I never said Roman lied once. I did say in October that was the first timeline issue with him saying his football career was over when he got leukemia, except he played one season of football after. This was explained to me that he considers the season he played Canadian football not part of his football career. I accept he didn't lie. It was just a figure of speech, and it's a non-issue at this point. Good Lord.
In other words, leave me alone.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, he's an idiot.
Well, we knew that.
And I can't believe people still buy his stuff. That's what baffles me. He's making legit money from his stupid crap.
Yep. I can't stand to listen to him at all. Like, at least Brian Alvarez, even if he's biased, can be entertaining. Dave Meltzer just, he's very serious, straight-laced, and he can't take a joke. And he's so full of himself. I just can't stand it.
Which is ironic, because he is a joke.
Basically. Well, I don't know. That's that.
I stopped getting mad at him a long time ago. It's the same crap with him. So
yeah.